What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. You asked for it, so I am delivering. And honestly, if EA Sports wants to get me in trouble, then so be it, because there are still so many players that are on the fence about FC26. There are so many players that played FC25 and just already wrote off ever buying another game in the franchise. There are a lot of players in eFootball and UFL that continue with the same old narrative, and rightfully so, because EA Sports did that to themselves. So if anything, they should be happy about these beta leaks because they finally delivered on a great football game. It took all of the player base standing up, not just complaining about the game, but not buying packs, not playing the game, talking without any holding back about all the issues, even the biggest content creators not worrying about upsetting EA Sports. All of these combined led to this game that you're seeing. Now, I spoke about this game on stream, and the goal here is to show all you doubters, and I get why you're doubting, don't get me wrong, but to show all of you how good this game truly is, so you don't miss out. But it just so happens that I am also playing the number 7 ranked player in the world. His name is Gibaros, and this game took place a day after I watched him eliminate Tex from the World Championships. This actual day, he was eliminated. It was either the quarterfinals or the semifinals. And make no mistake about it, he is one of the best players in the world. I could see it throughout this game, and I also know that Gibaros playing the beta against me is not the same as Gibaros playing a game that counts in a tournament or world championship or anything. Now, am I still happy? Is this still a huge confidence booster? Absolutely. But I'm not showing this game because of the opponent. That's just a cool side note, and it just so happens to showcase not only a great game, but 2 quality football players, right? Especially Gibaros. But it also shows, for any of you who've been watching my stream and seeing the struggles of playing FC25 with the constant delay, the constant issues, playing against rat after rat that is able to not only stay in games, but win games, find success without any skill just because of all the nonsense in FC25. And so this serves as a testament as to what a good football game can produce. The difference between the trash that is FC25 and a game that is truly skill-based. I mean, EA Sports systematically got rid of every single nonsense, exploitable mechanic that these rats were using. I hope, and I actually know that some of them will be watching this, and I want them to understand just how screwed they are. I mean, there is nothing that you're going to be able to do that will come even remotely close to what you've been able to do the past several years. Even the lack of delay means that you can't use that, right? The lack of any glitch shots, tackle backs, L1 sprint boosts. I mean, every single thing you can think of is gone. So I want you to notice as you're watching this, the sharpness of passing, the quicker dribbles where there's so many more touches, so that allows you to do anything you want to do. Remember, in FC25 in previous years, a lot of times delay was created because there wasn't animations, and so you would want to do a movement or a pass that the game just couldn't register, so your player would take an extra touch or take an extra half second to move in an area where they could pull off the command you wanted. That's no longer the case. The jockeying's quicker, sharper. And speaking of jockeying, on the defensive side, you now have a chance to actually defend your opponent without your AI and their lack of marking ability totally putting you at a disadvantage. I mean, that is the number one reason why the 4-2-1-3 was so powerful all throughout FC25, because the AI marking was non-existent. You could just win the ball, quickly play a through ball, and the defenders were so out of position that the opposition attacker would most of the time be through, and you couldn't do anything about it. By the time you switched to the closest defender, the attacker was already gone. Now, the AI has much improved markings, but at the same time, the AI will no longer make plays for you. They'll no longer defend for you, which is another exploitable trait that rats would use. They would chase you around with one player, usually a defensive mid, and try to get you to run towards their AI defenders so they could make the tackle and win the ball because they had no defensive skills. Now, if you don't switch to your defender, your opponent's going to be able to walk right around them as if they're a cone. Not only that, you guys know about the stamina. If you don't, I'll tell you. If you're controlling the player, full stamina. If your AI is controlling the player and the game's gone on, the stamina drain will show. So now, if you're not switching to your player, they even have more of a chance to get burned, your AI. All of it rewards skill-based attacking and skill-based defending. That's what it should be about. That's what a football simulator is. So, when you go out on the pitch, you can enjoy good football where you are rewarded for your knowledge of the game, for your ability on the sticks. You no longer have to dominate a player knowing you're much better, but you can't stop their 30-yard trivela. You can't stop their constant tacklebacks, their constant L1 speed boost with delay. So as you commit a tackle, it doesn't even go off in time, so they just run through your defender, right? I mean, I could go on and on about the nonsense that's been in the game, not just in FC25, but in previous years too. I could go on and on about all the good things that are in FC26, but you can see it with your own two eyes. So again, it was worth it to me and even important to show exactly what FC26 is going to be about. Now, a lot of people say two things, right? One, the beta is not going to be like the final game. And two, will they always make a first patch that ruins the game? I agree with both of those. Here's the thing, though. In the past several years, I've played every beta but one. I didn't play the FC25 beta. And while the beta's never like the final game, I can tell you that the beta's never gotten amazing reviews like the FC26 beta. So EA Sports would go in and try to fix a game that was bad, and sometimes it would be worse, sometimes it would be a little bit better, but either way, they never produced an actual good football game at full release. And so what would they do? Quickly try to patch it, and they would either, again, make it a little bit worse or a little bit better, but either way, it still wouldn't be good. The point is, they don't have to do much because they've already done the work they should have been doing every year. They would be insane to change up a bunch of things in a game that they've gotten all positive reviews about. I mean, this entire iteration, FC26, has been based on player feedback. And from the initial trailer and the initial pitch notes all the way through, EA Sports has held true to that exact thing. They've answered the call on everything, not just some things, literally everything that the players have been asking for. And so what do you know? The result is a great game. But I've said this before, I'll say it again. EA Sports does not deserve a pat on the back for this because this is something that they should have done years ago and that they had the ability to do for years. It's just they didn't care. The suits upstairs would see a number on their financials that they liked, and boom, that was it. They didn't have to do anything more, anything less. They just kept essentially repeating the same process. And shame on us because we had the power to not allow them to be happy with that financial report. And finally in FC25, that's exactly what happened. The numbers were terrible, and the suits told the devs, get to work. Fix this. We need players to like this game, to buy this game. We need to make more money. And that's exactly what they're aiming to do. And guess what? If their game's good, what do you know? They'll make that money because players will want to be playing. They'll want to be engaged. The numbers won't fall off. Players will start buying packs again, right? If the game's terrible, no one's going to waste money on it. That's the bottom line. And eventually, as we saw, players will stop playing. It's almost like they thought that could never happen. So it's a beautiful thing to take the power back. And you better believe, at least for the next few years, maybe now we know we'll have to remind them every few years who's really in control. But for now, you better believe they don't want to repeat a disastrous FC25. And that's why, for the first time in years, you can bank on an excellent FC26. If you watch this football game here, and just the mechanics of it, I'm not saying anything about myself or Gabaros, even though he's he's number 7 in the world, but I'm not saying anything about myself. I'm just saying the mechanics of the game, what the game shows you that will be the football in FC26. If you see that and you don't see a great football game, I don't know what to tell you. If I put this up next to eFootball and UFL, no one in their right mind could even say that those games hold a candle to this game. I mean, it's not even close. And while that's actually not a good thing, because we as players of any of these football games want competition for the game we play or games we play, because that brings out the best from each development company, because they don't want players to leave. However, at the very least, we know we have one excellent football game to play, especially considering the terrible state of the other two football games. Now, as this video comes to a close, I want to point out what FC is all about, what football in real life or on the sticks is all about. You have a great player in Gabarros. I'm trying my best to just stay in the game. Win or lose, I don't care, because it's been an excellent football game. We're competing, and it's a close game. And even if it wasn't, though, I'm definitely learning and getting better playing actual football. No glitches, no shortcuts. I had no idea this game was going to end up how it does. But the point is, many of these rap players, when we, true footballers, are complaining, and rightfully so, they'll say, skill issue, you're just mad because I beat you. And we all know that's not the case, right? And this game is perfect proof. Now, the result might surprise you. You just seen me tie it up. It's at the very end of the game. Gabarros, sure enough, is going to make a push for it. And at this point, I'm thinking, man, I can't believe I just tied Gabarros. I'm extremely lucky to do so. But it didn't matter. I could have lost this game because, as I've said throughout 25, the result doesn't matter. Yes, we were competing. Yes, we want to win. But you at least want to play good football, win, lose, or draw. So, even though this brilliant play here led me to a victory over the number 7 player in the world, I was just happy about playing an actual great football match. It didn't matter if I stayed at 4-2 when I was down and didn't come back, or lost 4-3, or even tied 4-4. None of it mattered. Obviously, our boy Gabarros was pretty mad as he rage quit there, didn't even let the game finish, but I get it, man. He's competitive, so am I. I probably would have done the same thing. At the end of the day, though, the lesson from this video is prepare yourselves, because we finally got a good football game, boys. And now it's on. All you rats out there, you might as well just walk away now. But if you don't, we are going to enjoy paying you back for the misery you have caused us.